Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It may be Christmas week, it might be the holidays right now, and while the devs seemingly are out of office for the next couple of days at least, that's not to say we don't have some interesting things going on in Call of Duty. Right now, we've actually seen some updates go live over the past couple of days, some pretty interesting in-game changes. The devs have also acknowledged that they messed up a little bit, and in response to it, they're kind of apologizing with some interesting rewards here in the near future as well. So lots to dive into here today. First things first, let's get into the devs admitting they messed up a little bit. So Treyarch ended up posting this over the weekend saying, looks like Archie's been a little extra nice lately. And what are they referencing here? Well, it's the new Archie's Festival Frenzy event that if you've jumped onto the game at all in the past couple of days, you might realize that even if you haven't played any Call of Duty or any significant amount of Call of Duty, you got the event completed basically for free because they added a ton of Archie collectibles to your account. If you guys caught my update video when the event went live last week, I had like 2,000 the second I logged into the event, and I hadn't really played all that much last week. So I got to complete the event without actually having to play for the event. However, while they gave out 2,000 Archies here, 47,000 Archies there, I've seen some crazy totals on that. It didn't happen for everyone. I got a ton of comments and a ton of replies saying, wait a second, I loaded the game and I had 0, and the earn rate for those Archies is not very good whatsoever, right? Like, it takes a decent amount of time to get any. I think you need just over like 300 to complete the full event, but because it glitched out for some people and gave everyone the event for free, and then other players didn't get anything, Treyarch is making it right here. They say, in the spirit of the holidays, aka we messed up, we'll be granting the rewards from Archie's Festival Frenzy to all players at the end of the event so everyone can play at their own pace. So if you play 200 matches of Call of Duty throughout this event and you complete it early because you want to get the AMR mod 4 sniper as soon as possible, that's fine. But if you play one match of Call of Duty or you don't jump on the game over the course of this event, it does end on January 3rd, you're still going to end up getting the rewards here. So they've kind of made this event pointless unless you, like I said, really want the rewards like right now as soon as possible. But you don't have to play the game now if you're looking to get these rewards and, you know, rely on the armory, which never seems to work anyways, for the AMR mod 4 at a later date. Everyone's going to get all the rewards from this event when it concludes. So nice little free rewards, new free weapon as well, just because they screwed up and some players got the event for free and others didn't. So nice to see that they actually took action on that. As I mentioned though, we also have several other new updates already live in game. They've gone through and changed around a few things. And as we do dive into the various other notes and a few other things to look out for here in the coming days, quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with all things you need to know about Call of Duty, the good, the bad, everything in between. Obviously COD right now is a roller coaster, but whether it's updates, news, patch notes, meta breakdowns, it's all right here on a daily basis. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and join us on getting one step closer to 1 million subscribers. And of course, if you enjoy this video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated as well. It really does help share the video around to new viewers. But COD Updates here has a couple of new posts referencing new updates that are now live. So they do say in Warzone, live pings are completely disabled in ranked play battle royale. Now, pinging an enemy will now instantly trigger a danger ping instead of the actual live red dot ping that follows them. This is in response to basically the entire map being made of paper mache. You can shoot through almost every wall possible, and that's been sort of a big complaint with gameplay here. However, in a sense, that does also help out cheaters who obviously are running rampant in the mode and ruining the mode, because now they're still going to see you through walls because they've got wall hacks and aimbot on, and if you live ping someone, you're not going to be able to. So it's kind of an interesting nerf here because it's going to impact things in both a positive way when you're playing legitimate players, but then also a really negative way if you run into any hackers. Raven does give more of a reasoning behind this. They say this change aims to improve ranked play by removing the tracking nature of live pings during engagements, which has occasionally led to unfair deaths through walls. So just because you can shoot through everything in this game, obviously live pings become even more dominant when you can get one of those off and a player's running behind a wall or past a window or whatever, right? So that'll be disabled currently. You know, the real fix here is just, you know, updating the map a little bit, maybe not playing on the same reused map from a year ago, and then of course, combating cheaters, so you don't have to worry about that now being a distinct unfair advantage, even more so than it already was. But yeah, live ping update is now live. Keep in mind though, that's just for ranked play. They'll still be live in normal pubs on Resurgence and Battle Royale alike. We also have this patch note, which we've seen a couple of times now, funny enough. As of this morning, COD updates posted in Warzone, the Core 45 handgun has been restricted until further notice because if you've noticed, in-game, they broke it again. So the Core 45 was one of the most overpowered guns the second the Black Ops 6 Warzone inauguration dropped because with the blueprints on there, when you go ahead and you put on like the conversion kit or whatever, its TTK was just absolutely insane. Like it was the fastest killing weapon in the game. So they went through, they restricted it, and then it came back into the game. They re-enabled it like a couple updates back, and it's broken again. So if you go through and you use the blueprint and you use the mod trigger or whatever, it's back to just being super busted, super overpowered. So nice to see that they actually did remove this from the game pretty quickly, considering obviously, like I mentioned, a lot of the devs going out on holiday break. We don't want another situation like DMR zone or interceptor zone or wasp swarm zone where one gun is just ruining the gameplay if you're able to, you know, brave through the hackers and the cheaters and the bad servers and everything going on there. But yeah, no Core 45 available in Warzone until further notice. All right, post edit Zach here. As well, as I was getting ready to upload this video, we did actually see a new anti-cheat update in a sense. COD Update has posted some new info on some anti-cheat progress. Then also Charlie Intel reports this. Call of Duty did release a full-on ranked play matchmaking white paper today. If you are an active viewer here on the channel, you probably remember us talking about the other white papers in the past where they talk about general matchmaking in public lobbies, various things going on there. The ranked play white paper is about as obvious as you'd expect, right? It's ranked play, it's skill based. Obviously they want to take precautions with cheating and whatnot. It doesn't do a great job so far, but that's a very straightforward paper. This in and of itself though is an interesting response from Ricochet and whatnot. So Charlie Intel ends up reporting saying, news: despite an influx of cheaters, Activision says cross-play in Black Ops 6 multiplayer ranked play is going to remain active. Funny timing on this, as we just talked about this yesterday. They say we're continuing to gather community feedback and are working closely across all aspects, including addressing reports of cheating with Team Ricochet. So kind of a nothing burger in terms of their response there. COD Updates, though, did also post a larger anti-cheat update. So here is what COD Updates has to say about this. They say an update from Team Ricochet. Several additional detections have been deployed over the last week. Over 20,000 accounts have been banned for engaging in boosting and cheating behavior, targeting ranked play in Warzone and BO6, enhanced data center safeguards to ensure a more secure experience for ranked play. Interesting there. They remain active with the teams working throughout the holidays as outlined in the December update that we covered the other day. Looking to 2025, we're prioritizing adding an additional layer of server infrastructure to mitigate stability issues that occur at the server level. So I guess that's to combat the server crashing that the cheaters are doing right now. Additional upgrades to existing kernel level systems, then a brand new server-side detection mechanism as well, as they discussed in that blog post from a few days back. So they're saying they're going to do things, but as I said before though, I won't believe it until I see it, because we've seen, hey, we're working on doing this, and then nothing really changes. We also got a new post from Raven as well, as I was in the middle of recording this. So Raven gives us this kind of novel here. They say, as we approach the end of the year, we want to share some insight on what we're working on for Warzone. Cheating remains our top priority, particularly in our ranked play environment. We want to acknowledge the impact it's having on our players. We are working closely with Ricochet to pinpoint the sources of this behavior and take the necessary steps to protect our players. Of course, though, nothing is being done currently. This is all looking forward. We're trying to get that resolved. We're continuing to prioritize server performance and enhancing game stability. We have prepared key updates to movement for increasing fluidity and resolve numerous issues with perks and challenges. Players can expect faster mantle speed, rebalance perks, combat records, and the ability to close doors while running, which should definitely improve the overall feel of engagements. Additionally, we are addressing concerns with reviving mechanics. On the investigative side, we're closely examining reported audio inconsistencies, lighting and visibility concerns, keyboard and mouse functionality, irregular UAV behavior, and discrepancies with contracts on the TAC map. Many of these improvements will ship shortly after the holidays. In the meantime, we wish you all a joyful holiday season. So good news here for what's to come shortly after the holidays. I'd have to imagine this is going to be a part of that early January update. I'll talk more on some of those initial 2025 updates and what to expect there in the coming days, but definitely some cool insight here. Hopefully this is going to actually have noticeable impacts. Based on the descriptions, we should, but of course we're going to have to see it in effect to truly make that judgment. Now, we do also have other updates inbound later this week, surprisingly enough. Typically we don't see anything major or any new updates going on when the holidays are in full effect, but if you were to go to the event countdown timer in game right now, you'd see that we actually have a double XP event here here that when this timer actually counts down correctly, it'll be kicking off on presumably the 24th on Christmas Eve. So we'll be able to have some double XP over the holidays. There's no exact end date for it. I would have to imagine it's going to last through the weekend. So a bit of an extended double XP event here if you're looking to capitalize on that. Maybe level up your new sniper from the event, level up your rank a little bit, whatever the case is there. This should be active across multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. So you can take advantage of that over the holidays. Now, what you may be wondering alongside me is what's going on with our actual next major update, because you may recall we reported on it last week that a new update was actually added to the PlayStation database via PlayStation Game Size over on Twitter, saying the 1.65 update is ready and waiting. And typically when we see these added to the database, it's only a couple of days later that they ended up getting pushed live, right? Like that's typically been the order of events, the sequence of events in the past. This time though, this update has just kind of been waiting. We all expected it to go live late last week. It obviously didn't, and now we're still waiting on it. And Ghost of Hope ends up posting over on Twitter saying kind of a vibe killer that season 1 is so long. We have all the way until the 28th until season 2, which does seem like it's going to be a really long end of the season. And the 1.65 update is still in waiting. Now, as I mentioned earlier, devs out of office would be very surprised if we end up seeing a title update go live over the course of the next couple of days. But theoretically, it's not impossible because, as PlayStation Game Size says here, the update is ready. The files are already in the database. Like they say, I already have the update files. They just have to release it. Typically, we get a preload for this kind of stuff, so we'll know at least a little bit in advance if it is going to go live. But this is something to be on the lookout for. Maybe towards the end of the week, if the devs are on like a shortened holiday break or something, or a few come back in to make sure that that update goes out and doesn't completely break everything, of course. But that is something to be on the lookout for regardless. Obviously, if it does end up releasing and we actually get full-on patch notes and we get new changes in game, I'm going to be covering everything regarding the update itself right as it happens. So stay tuned for that alongside everything else going on in Call of Duty by hitting that subscribe button and turning on those post notifications. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated as well. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.